What's up, everyone? Today we got one of my all-time favorite meals from Vietnamese cuisine. Got some garlic noodles right here, black spice chicken, and then Imperials. And I believe I'm gonna butcher the fish sauce in Vietnamese is Nuoc Nam. I can't say it right probably, but I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Usually, yeah, fish sauce is a very signature sauce for Vietnamese cuisine. So yeah, let's get into it. So actually, if you're a big fan of like crab, and particularly if you like Vietnamese crab, there's this place called PPQ Island. So pretty much, you can order a whole Dungeness crab. They have a variety of different styles. It's pretty simple, but I like the salt and pepper crab. It's delicious. And then usually you always have to get like a side of grog, a big fat bowl of grog noodles that everyone can share. And yeah, it's just a good time. But yeah, grog noodles I wouldn't suggest if you're taking it. Don't take your girl out to a first date because the garlic is pretty pungent. Okay, so moving on to today's topic, I'm going to be talking about one of the legendary series that was considered one of the big three at the time. Remember when Naruto and One Piece? Well, One Piece is still ongoing, but when Naruto and also its other rival named Bleach, which is a very good series that is worth mentioning. So pretty much Bleach, the manga ended like around 2016, and then the anime ended around 2012, I think. And then it was just recently announced that the adaptation of the final arc would be released sometime in 2021. So, of course, me and myself included, and many other Bleach fans are very excited for this news of the adaptation concluding the ending of Bleach. It's been what? So 2012 will be 9 years by then since the last episode of Bleach aired. So just let me give you guys a little breakdown of what Bleach is about. There's so much terminology in Bleach and all that stuff going on, but I'll try to do the best as I can to give like a little rundown of what it's about. So our main character Ichigo Kurosaki is a high schooler. No, seems what appears to be a normal high school boy, but he's very he has some spiritual powers, right? Ever since he was a child, he could see ghosts, and if you give it a shot and watch the series, you learn that something in his past happened between him and his mom, particularly. And I think first couple episodes, he comes upon Rukia Kuchiki. She is a Shinigami, which is a Soul Reaper, and I'll get into further details about some terms that would help you be more familiarized with the Bleach universe. So she enters Ichigo's room unannounced, and she's trying to look for this hollow. Um, so eventually, encounters the hollow, and she's badly injured by it. And temporarily, she's out of commission for a bit. She transfers her Shinigami powers to Ichigo, and he serves as a temporary replacement as the Soul Reaper. So after this whole ordeal, Ichigo eventually defeats this hollow that Rukia has been pursuing, and Rukia is in a human body for a temporary amount of time, and while she's out of commission, Ichigo serves her as her Soul Reaper replacement. So let me break down some terminology. So Soul Reaper, they're individuals also known as Shinigami. I believe what is Shinigami, like Black Soul Reaper in Japanese, I'm not sure, but their main purpose is to purify hollows who are embodiment of evil and send them to the afterlife. So they have another shot in life, right? And hollows are born from souls who don't cross over, and eventually, if they stay too long in the living world, then they turn into evil, and they also devour souls of living humans as well as souls that have been lingering around. And there's this society called the Soul Society, which is pretty much the afterlife where Shinigami exists and souls who are waiting to be reincarnated exist there. And then getting down, there were these individuals known as Quincy, I think, yeah, Quincy's. They're very similar to Shinigami, but in the sense that they actually don't purify hollow souls. They actually just exterminate the soul. So they pretty much evaporate them and exterminate them from existence. And then yes, for Soul Reapers, also known as Shinigami, they have their weapons known as Zanpakuto. So usually, if the form is kind of like a sword, but it varies from person to person depending on its shape. And yeah, let's see right here. And yes, and then there's a term called Bankai, which is like the highest technique um, esteemed for a Shinigami. So it's like upgraded version of their Zanpakuto if you think about it. And yeah, as well, it's different from person to person as well. And typically, it's about takes 10 years to in training to achieve Bankai. And in the Soul Society, there's a group known as the Gote 13, which is like the 13 captain squads. So yeah, pretty much self-explanatory. So there's 13 divisions, which is pretty much like the military of Soul Society, and there's a bunch of Shinigami under a captain of each division. So yeah, these captains are deemed to be, the strongest of the strong, right? And then one of my favorite arcs in Bleach was particularly the Arankar arc. So pretty much Arankars are hollows that have removed their mask and have Shinigami-like powers. And there's tons of other races as well, or yeah. But Arankars, I just want to shed some spotlight that yeah, that arc was very good in Bleach. And then toward the end of the series, there's a prominent villain. Well, end of the series in the anime, that is, that you know there's a prominent villain. He's one of my favorite villains. I'm not going to name his name, so I won't spoil anything. But yeah, he's one of my favorite villains of all time in Bleach. And then yes, let's see. So yeah, what? Okay, I after I felt left unsatisfied with watching Bleach at the end of the anime, which ended in 2012. So I knew the manga was still going on, so I didn't. I There was like a big period where I knew maybe I had lost hope that the anime would actually return. So I just decided to read the rest of Bleach since it was all said and done. So it definitely felt like the ending of Bleach felt a little rushed, and there were some plot holes here and there. Some characters were introduced, but then really didn't play a prominent role later on in the series. And even the creator Tite Kubo also said that the way the manga ended, he didn't feel he was satisfied with it. But since the anime is returning, maybe it can fill all these plot holes and areas where Tite Kubo could possibly want to explore more deeper into the Bleach universe. So there's some redemption in that, and I believe the last arc of Bleach took a good more amount of portion of the manga, even though it's the last arc. It's pretty long, and hopefully Tite Kubo, I believe he was rushed to finish finished Bleach, and toward the end of Bleach, the manga sales weren't too high. But hopefully, this can be a new revamp of the series and gain popularity for the old fans of Bleach as well as maybe new ones too. Okay, let's get some more tea. Before this new era of anime started, we was like, I believe, I definitely consider Boku no Hero Academia like the new one of the new big series in anime and manga as well. But no one can deny, no doubt, that the big three series that really defined like the last decade was Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. Then well, One Piece is still going on, but if I were to say which are my favorites out of the big three, for me, I would definitely say Bleach and kind of Naruto. I think they come in pretty much at a close tie for me, at least. If the manga of Bleach didn't end the way I wanted to, but maybe if Tite Kubo can retell the story and put more detail for the last arc of the series, which is called the Thousand Year Blood War arc, and if it answers all these questions that the fans have been seeking, then I definitely would rank maybe Bleach as number one. But for the Naruto series is great as well. But what really took away from the anime for me was there's too many fillers. It kind of just became dull after a while. But if you take all the fillers out of consideration, Naruto is fairly enjoyable. And then for One Piece, man, I haven't read the manga, but I believe I watched until the the Fishman War arc, which is like episode like it was a couple hundred episodes in. Um, but yeah, that series One Piece is so long. It's such a it seems intimidating, right? This series has been running on for so long, and, as well as the manga. But eventually, maybe one day I get around when it's all said and done. Maybe I'll get around to watching and reading the manga, particularly. But yeah, thank you for watching. I can't wait for Bleach's return, even though it seems so far already. But next year, hopefully, fulfills everyone's expectations. All right, thank you for watching. Peace.